Hey K-popers, and welcome back to Hallyu, where it's time for another update in the world of K-pop as we start gearing up for an ultra busy month here on the channel with countdowns, award shows, and a lot more. This week, BTS broke decades-old records with their spectacular 4-night concert in California. Former AOA member Mina is finally getting some justice after 14 years, and we got plenty of great new debuts and comebacks from IVE, Stray Kids, ATEEZ, and more. Before we get started, I want to quickly thank Hallyu's honorary producers. If you want to show off your bias group here, share your pics in weekly videos, and join a vibrant Discord community with watch parties, custom emoji, and more, all you need to do is support Hallyu on Patreon. Alright, let's jump right in. This is your K-pop news update for December 5th, 2021. So let's start this week just like we did last week by talking about BTS, who had another huge week. First off, according to Apple Music's end-of-year charts, BTS's Dynamite is the most streamed song in the world this year. Butter also came in on that list at number 21. But of course, BTS's focus this week was their incredible 4-night tour in Inglewood, California. BTS sold out 4 separate shows at the monstrous SoFi Stadium, for which their concert had a seating capacity of over 50,000 people. This means BTS sold about 214,000 tickets over 4 nights for their Permission to Dance on Stage concert, which is record-breaking. The venue's senior VP of programming said, quote, BTS sold out 4 shows for the first time in SoFi Stadium history. This concert achieved the highest ticket sales among any concert held by a single band or artist at the SoFi Stadium. But the achievements don't stop there. According to Billboard, this 4-night stand in Inglewood, which earned the boys $33.3 million by the way, was the biggest US-based box score in 18 years, the biggest ever in California, and the second biggest ever in the US since Billboard started tracking these box scores over 30 years ago. BTS is only behind Bruce Springsteen's 10-show marathon at Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The fact that BTS is making such historic feats in the US is really something to behold as a K-pop fan no matter who you bias. But unfortunately, there is one major downside to all this great stuff this week. And that is that the group will most likely be unable to attend the 2021 Mamas. This is because there are newly imposed restrictions in South Korea which require BTS to quarantine for 10 days upon returning from LA, which is regardless of their vaccination status. Nevertheless, I think BTS and ARMY can be really proud of this triumphant week for the boys. Now for this next story, I need to give a massive trigger warning. If you want to skip ahead, feel free to use the chapters, or if you're watching live, wait about a minute, but I do feel we need to talk about some developments with former AOA member Mina this week. Now, as you guys know, in the past, I've been really reluctant to report on any details about the ups and downs that Mina's had in the past several months, because the focus really should be on her mental health and her getting better without media fanfare. But this is a story that's really important, and it starts earlier this year when Mina appeared on Blessed's show and graphically described how she was assaulted with a beer bottle and raped. Worse yet, this happened to Mina when she was just 14 years old back in 2007 and was taken advantage of by a boy senior to her and his friends. This week's news is good news though, because when Mina first shared this story publicly, the police immediately began an investigation. And on December 1st, the police announced that they had arrested a man in his 20s for the rape and assault of Mina. So this is obviously a really shocking story with a lot to absorb, but there's a couple things I really want to highlight. First, I'm really overjoyed that despite the incident happening in 2007, police took the allegations seriously and that justice will finally be served for Mina all these years later. And second, this is bigger than AOA and it's bigger than K-pop. We never know the burdens that people are living with and carrying every day, and for me it was a sobering reminder that we shouldn't be quick to judge or hate on different groups or fandoms because we have no idea what someone might be going through. All in all, this is a great positive step, and I'm sure it brings a lot of inner peace to Mina to know that she's being believed and validated and that the perpetrator is finally being brought to justice. Now with a story like that, there's really no good way to move forward, but we must continue, and so we'll check out a really high quality week of big debuts and comebacks. First up are Everglow, who are looking as fierce as ever in their new comeback. Here is Pirate.
'Cause I'm a pirate, yeah, yeah, a pirate, yeah, yeah, a pirate, yeah, yeah, now let me.
Since apparently Twice literally never sleeps, they're back at it again with a silky smooth Japanese release called Donut. Chungha is caught between 2 different worlds in her new MV, Killing Me. Kai's Peaches is a sultry new comeback with some absolutely gorgeous sets. ATEEZ are doing ballads the ATEEZ way in their powerful new song Turbulence. Signature are going for a really unique girl group vibe in their latest comeback. Here is Boyfriend. Stray Kids may have just made the best Christmas song of all time. Felix never bad indeed. Here is Christmas Evil. And maybe even more impressive is the very next day we got the vastly different song from Stray Kids, Winter Falls.
Winter falls. Oh, winter falls.
On and Off are back with a wild MV and song in Goosebumps. IVE's debut is here, and their excellent debut song 11 is channeling some strong FX Rum Pum 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 vibes, if I do say so myself. 17 dropped a new Japanese song called Ai no Chikara, and it's a beautiful winter ballad. And last but not least, Gaho is back already with this high energy song called Part-Time Lover.
You and me, we're gonna be so good.
As always, I want to know which song was your favorite from this week in the comments below. Honestly, I could have picked just about every song this week. We had a really great week of releases, but I'm gonna go with Stray Kids' Christmas Evil. This song has modern Christmas classic written all over it, and I'm sure years from now it'll still be making people's Christmas playlists. And now let's get back to a couple of comebacks to look forward to in Comeback Watch. First up, we're going to be blessed by an incredible duet later this month. The live label mates Wheein and Ailey are going to be collaborating, and you just know this is going to be amazing with that much talent. Soren has announced she's signed on as a solo artist under talent agency Wild, and along with that signing, she's promising some new solo music in early 2022, which I cannot wait for. And now we'll get back to some more K-pop news, starting with G-idol Soyeon, who's being a real one this week. Soyeon is a judge on the competition show My Teenage Girl, and after a very poor performance got enough audience votes to be evaluated by judges, she did not hold back. Soyeon said it was the worst performance of the day, that she was angry, and that the audience needed to vote with a bigger sense of responsibility. Damn. It looks like girl group Elris have been saved, because this week it came out that they're moving from Hunnis Entertainment to IOK Company. In case you don't know, Hunnis is a pretty incompetent label, so hopefully this means new music from them sometime soon. A huge congratulations to brand new girl group IVE, because their debut single album 11 has sold over 100,000 copies in its first 2 days. That is a fantastic sales mark for a debut. Min Hee-jin is hyping Ador's upcoming girl group already. In an interview this week, the HYBE CBO shared that the group's debut song has already been decided for 2 years. And can I just say, if you're not already excited about this girl group, you should be. Hee-jin was a creative director at SM where she worked for 17 years. Her work includes SNSD Into the New World, G, Genie and More, SHINee's Replay and Sherlock, Super Junior's Sorry Sorry and Mr. Simple, FX's Pink Tape album and 4 Walls, plus a ton of hits for Red Velvet and NCT too. So yep, she knows what she's doing. Kwon Mina has revealed her fandom name, and it is Ruby. What do you guys think of the name? I think it's definitely a good choice in the sense that it's quick and it rolls off the tongue. Starship has made an apology this week after fans criticized them for plagiarizing Everglow's greeting when creating the greeting for their new group IVE. As you can see in this side-by-side, the hand gesture in the greeting is virtually identical, and in their statement Starship said, quote, "We failed to recognize the similarity between IVE's greeting and that of another group, therefore we plan to modify their greeting from now on." And speaking of Everglow, it looks like Everglow and their label have committed too much to the pirate idea in their new comeback, because designer fashion brand Windowson has come out on Instagram accusing Everglow of plagiarizing their one-of-one custom corset design in the pirate MV. The brand is demanding that Yuhua take down the video and remove all scenes with the corset, asking them to take the right actions as soon as possible. IVE being accused of plagiarizing Everglow, and then Everglow being accused of plagiarizing a fashion label, man, that is some next level plagiarizing that we got this week. JYP is drawing a bit of ire from Onces as Jungyeon revealed in VLive Plus that she has had several drama requests come in, including to cameo in her sister's upcoming drama, but JYP has shut it down. If you've been around the K-pop block for a while, you know that JYP's previous girl group Miss A ran into some trouble when all the members started doing solo promotions, especially since Suzy was just so insanely popular on her own. But I think that's a pretty weak excuse to not let Twice have solo promotions outside of the group, especially because it's Jungyeon's sister. CL will be performing on the Kelly Clarkson show next week. According to the schedule, the soloist will be on the Thursday, December 9th episode. And we'll round out this week's news with some award show results. First up, the winners of the 2021 Asia Artist Awards are in. Among the Music Day songs, we had Song of the Year going to Butter, Album of the Year going to NCT 127's Sticker, Performance of the Year going to Stray Kids, Artist of the Year going to 17, and Stage of the Year going to aespa. And that wasn't the only list of winners we got, because the Melon Music Awards also took place yesterday too. Among those Daysong winners, IU won for Artist of the Year and Album of the Year for Lilac, BTS's Butter won Song of the Year, and aespa won Record of the Year. A big congratulations to all the artists who won at those music awards, and there will be more to come because we have our 2021 Hallyu Music Awards coming soon. And with that, we'll move on to another week in music shows where once again we had every show running except for M Countdown, which had a Mama nominee special instead. This week was quite similar to last week, and Monsta X started off the week with another 2 wins for Rush Hour on the show and Show Champion. On Music Bank, it was SF9 taking their first win for their song Trauma, and rounding out the week we had IU continuing to dominate with 2 more wins for Strawberry Moon on Show Music Core and Inkigayo. Will any of this week's comebacks take over? Let me know who you think will win next week down in the comments below. Alright K-popers, you're officially caught up on everything going on in the K-pop world. Let me know how you feel about the week's news and the new music we got in the comments below. As always, if you want to stay caught up with the K-pop world as it happens while having tons of fun every single week, make sure you're subscribed right here to Hallyu.